Hi, Michael.
Hey, how are you, man?
I am good, thank you. How about you?
Things are good, man. I'm doing well. Just creating some new things today for a client of mine.
Good. First of all, excuse me for my English. I don't speak that well, so I will try to be understood.
Yeah, you sound great and video's clear and it's great to meet you, man.
Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you for what you're doing. You are awesome, Michael. Thank you very much for all the value you provided in YouTube. I've been following you for a while, so I really get a lot of value from what you publish on YouTube.
Thank you so much for saying that. Tell me more about that. What have you done and what sort of value have you gotten from it? What are you working on?
In fact, I was for a while I was interested in SMMA and I was searching to start something and especially to find a niche that I can help to get clients.
Mhm.
So I decided to focus on roofing. But my target is a French market. So even in France or in Quebec because they speak French also. But in terms of marketing, the value or the content in English are very well. So I was looking to understand and to learn about advertising for roofing and stuff. And I was searching on YouTube, and I find you, and I love the content you provide. So yeah.
What about the content is helpful to you?
I will say especially with Facebook ads and most recently, of course, for landing page and stuff like this. But yeah, everything. Even sometimes when I see, for example, your interviews with your clients, and yeah, it's helped me for example, to understand how they think, what's their problems, for example, to try to use this in my prospecting, for example, when I reach out to roofing.
Understood. That's good to know. So what is it that you're hoping to get out of this call with me today?
Well, I have just one client right now that I signed 1 month ago, and things not too bad right now, but I'm just using Facebook Instant Form, and I get sometimes the results are okay, but sometimes I get fewer leads. So I'm wondering if I may switch, for example, to a landing page. I may get a very few leads. So that why, and I have also some other questions if you can help.
Where is your one client located?
In Canada, Canada,
In Quebec?
exactly.
Cool. Awesome. Cool. So what would be the most efficient thing to do? Should you share your screen with me and show me the campaign?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, great. Let's do that.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can. I'm going to request control
Yeah,
of your
okay.
mouse.
Okay, I hope that I have an old machine. I hope that will not.
I think we're looking okay. So this is the ads
Yeah,
manager over here.
exactly.
And got it. Okay. So let's first answer this question. Does your business focus
Yeah.
on any politics? And the answer is no.
Okay.
And it's good to answer that just to let Facebook know that this is not a political thing.
Yeah.
So I see that you've gotten a Facebook lead
Today,
and
yeah.
an on Facebook lead. Yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, you've got this filtered down into today. Let me just do maximum. See what you've got going on here. Okay, so you've got 19 leads. You're spending 58 Canadian dollars
Yeah.
daily. Okay. Let me see this. So a $37 cost per result. And of the 19 leads from this campaign, is the client, what is the client saying about those leads? Are they decent leads?
In fact, I just asked them 2 days ago, and he said that we'll check with his assistants and stuff, and they will tell me later.
Okay, so you're not sure what the quality is like yet.
Yeah, but I think it's okay because if it was, for example, very bad, they will tell me, for example, to stop the campaign.
Sure. All right, let's start from the beginning here and just see how things are set up. All right. So I see you have two ad sets. Let me look at what the differences are.
Exactly.
So two ads. This is ad set number one.
Yeah.
And I see that you are, it's set up as an instant form.
Both of them.
Yeah. Okay. It's a radius around the center point. That's good.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. 30 plus, all genders. Yeah. No detailed targeting. That's good. All languages. The placements you've left on as Advantage Plus placements. I often recommend narrowing down the placements. Have you seen my videos on that?
Yeah, for sure. But I was just the first days when I was launching the campaign, the CPM, it was really high. I was getting something like $40 for CPM. So that way I tried to not touch the placement to not get a high.
That fixed the CPM?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and right now the CPM are quite good. Something like $13.
Yeah. Great. Let's see the what the ads look like.
In fact, what's worked for me the best, it was the video.
Okay, cool.
This is, I think, this is just a review from a customer. No,
okay.
In fact, the other one, I think. And it is in French. I do the translation. You want to? I send you the translation, or
can you just tell me what it says?
Yeah, that says you need to renovate your roof. The first question: Did you need to renovate your roof? And the two-line request and free estimate right now, and take advantage from our ongoing promotion. And after that, our experts with over than 20 years of experience are at your services. And the last one, estimate free and without obligation.
Great. Okay. Let's look at the other one. This looks, yeah, okay. So this is a person. This is like a case study, like a testimonial.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. And then, so these are both image ads. And then you have a video ad here.
Yeah.
But let me check out this ad set to see how this is being targeted.
I think it will be the same. I don't think that I changed something.
So this is the same targeting as the other one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And why did you separate it into two different ad sets?
In fact, just because I activate Advantage campaign budget, so I say to myself like that may help, for example, Facebook to test with different creative and to have more option. I don't know if that.
Yeah. So no, I understand your thinking behind doing that, but you would be actually better off just putting these two ads underneath one ad set. So you have four ads under one ad set. You're probably just better off doing that, because what's going to end up happening with this is you're going to be doubling up on, you're going to be overlapping in some cases. So you're actually going to increase your CPMs potentially, because essentially these ad sets are competing against one another.
Okay.
Can I make a couple changes?
I don't know. For now, I think because the campaign are running for a while.
Yeah.
If you have some suggestion,
So what I would do is, what I would do is, if as a general rule of thumb, if you have two ad sets or the only reason you should have more than one ad set is if the second ad set is a different configuration than the first one.
Okay.
So right now you have two ad sets that are targeting the same people.
Yeah.
You could make one of the things you could do to improve the structure here is you could, copy these two ads here and paste them into this ad set.
Okay.
And then copy these two ads here and paste it into this ad set. And then make ad set number 2 a retargeting ad set and say, this ad set should only, should run to the same service area that this is running to, but you add a custom audience.
Now I can make our targeting campaign without pixels because I don't send people on the landing page. Don't know if
it doesn't matter.
They have some. I think the other day I tried to launch a campaign, a retargeting campaign with the people that are clicked on the ad, but it was not spending. I don't know why. So I cut it down.
Yeah. Well, so what you would do is, let me see something. Custom audiences. What does that say?
The form not completed.
Okay.
19 days.
So what I would do is I would create a custom audience. So let's actually let's go to audiences real quick.
Okay.
Even if you're not using landing pages, you can create a really important custom audience, which is worth creating, because if you do create an ad set that does some retargeting, at the very least, you can retarget anyone that interacts with any of your Facebook content whatsoever.
Okay.
So that's a great one to have, because you actually build up an audience there pretty quickly if you're running ads. So if you click create audience, not sure why it's not working here. Okay.
Yeah.
A little slow. Create audience, custom audience. And this is going to be Facebook page. And then click next.
Yeah.
Is this the page?
No, I don't know why. You can see it. Yeah, I think we are not on the right business.
Let's see.
No, it is. I don't know why you can't find the page. Normally, it is this business. Yeah.
What's the name of the page? Can you type it in?
Yeah.
It might just be freezing up or something.
Yeah. So, sweet.
I'm not sure why that's not working.
Yeah. Page.
Okay.
Now, if just about my laptop or
Yeah,
the,
it's you know what? It's not the end of the world. Let's go back to the ad account. Let's say you couldn't create a custom audience at all. I would still recommend
yeah.
putting all of your ads under one ad set and just deleting the second ad set altogether.
Okay.
That'll make your distribution much more efficient.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't even look at which ads are actually generating the most leads.
It was the video.
It was the video. Okay.
And I want just to keep this campaign running. And after that, I will launch another one with the setting that you told me because I don't want to interrupt the campaign.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely do whatever you feel comfortable doing. Let me just check this out real quick. Where are you located?
Morocco.
Oh, cool. I'm having trouble. There we go.
You're welcome if you want to visit Marrakesh or
I would love to, man. I would love to. When I do, I'll hit you up and you'll show me around. Um, okay, so yeah, let's see. So the video got the most.
yeah. And what do you think
The
generally with the metrics
I
for
mean, I
the
think they look good. Listen, if this is generating leads for 34 Canadian dollars a lead, and the leads are good or decent, then I think that's fantastic. And I wouldn't touch a thing except, it wouldn't hurt combining it into one ad set. It might even lower the cost a bit. But there are definitely obviously some things you could make even better, even after the lead comes through. So there are things that you can do as a marketer to help your client actually get in touch with the leads at a better rate and close the deals even better. So for instance,
yeah.
if we look at I don't know what did that just duplicate it? Yeah, do that. It's tough when it's moving this slowly.
Yeah. Sorry for that because my
Oh, that's okay.
app is
So if we go to edit, and if we look at the form you're using to generate the leads,
yeah.
so let's check the form out, because there are some little things you can do to increase the likelihood that your clients, salespeople or assistants or whoever it is, or reps or whoever it is that's calling the leads, have a better time actually getting in touch with them and everything when you're using an instant form. So for instance, if we scroll down here, let's see if this works. I really like the look of this ad here. I think it looks nice. Looks very professional, and
it is just some testimonial from clients on Google, and
yeah.
I make it in Canva.
Yeah, I like it. So, okay, so this is the intro screen. I don't know what the heck it says.
I
'Cause I
can
don't speak.
translate. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So did you need an estimate for your roof? The question.
uh-huh.
And after that, do like 1,000 of satisfied clients
Clients, yeah.
and replace your roof to protect your home from damage.
Satisfaction guaranteed or assured. Yep. Got it. And then you click forward and you go name, I'm guessing, email, phone number, and is this villa? So address, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
And then just a confirmation screen. And then here's what I'm going to focus on here. So merci, that is what, thank you or something?
Yeah, exactly.
And then what does it say here?
They have received your demand.
Your
request, yeah.
request, yeah. And then what does this say? We're going to contact you in about 24 hours.
24 hours.
Yeah. Okay. So this screen here, this is an opportunity to really drive home what's going to happen next, and even get them to do something that might benefit your client before your client even calls. And so you have a lot of options here, and you might want to ask your client what they're comfortable with. But for instance, what if this said, thank you, we've received your request for a free estimate. Okay. And then if it said something like, but if you call right now, we will give you a $100 gift card if you end up purchasing a roof renovation or roof replacement from us.
But I don't think that the client will like this, because I tried to convince them to do some discount or something like this, but they don't like this to see. For example, they don't like that the competition see their ads and they're doing the discounts.
Understood. So then let's talk about what other things we could get them to do right now. Because like right now, it's just like, go check out our website. Like, for what purpose, right? So what if this said something like, thank you, we've received your request for an estimate. Before you go, please click below to schedule an appointment, or something like that. And then this button here could say schedule an appointment now, or something like that. And then when they click it, it could go to their website, to the client's website, to a scheduling, piece of scheduling thing, or something like that. Or it could simply go to a website page. If you don't have an online scheduler as an option, it can go to just a page that says, to schedule an appointment, please click here to call. And if it's not during normal business hours, leave us a message.
And I think we can do it here. Even here, we can, for example, choose to like, instead of visiting the website, we can, for example, choose make a call, and I can, for example, put the number of the clients here. When they will click, they will call them directly.
Yeah, you could totally do that. And the main takeaway here is like, all right, you've gotten them to send their information in. How do you get them to do one more thing that really locks in the fact that they're a lead and that they get in touch with your client? You have to, so you could give them an incentive to do so by offering them sort of a reward for doing so, which you said your client might not be that into, or you could kind of make this part of the form the end of step 1, and then the call to action is to do step 2, which is click this. This is step 2. So they're not quite finished yet. The form has been submitted, but that's only half of their tasks they should be completing. And now step 2 involves clicking that button and doing the next thing, which might mean calling the, I would actually do it so it's not call. I would actually send them to a page to get them to do that action. So, say, merci, thank you. The next step is to schedule a phone call with us. Click below to schedule that call. And then the button is schedule a phone, complete step 2, schedule a call. And then they click that button and they land on a website. Just getting them to do that gets them to buy into and commit to doing that next thing of just a bit more. And then on that web page, you can, at first, if you don't have some sort of online scheduler, you could just say, you can call us right now to schedule. We're going to, or we're going to call you very shortly. But what's cool about that is eventually, if you do have an online scheduler, you can eventually just embed that right on the page that you're already linking to. Mm-hmm. And then boom, there they are to schedule that call. And that can just really increase the lead to contact ratio, because at the end of the day, you might get them a bunch of leads for $34, 34 Canadian dollars per lead. But if they're only able to get in touch with 2 or 3 out of every 10, that's a problem. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's sort of the case with an instant form like this, because they tend to generate more leads for a little bit less money, but the quality suffers a bit. So in order to kind of bolster the quality, you can, what you do on this thank you page of the instant form is actually really important. And you have some things to think about there.
And I think I could add, for example, some urgency. For example, I don't know, maybe call now to take your place as soon as possible, or I don't know, maybe something like this. That's could add some some emergency.
Yeah, you might do something like that. You also may just tell them to click to go to a web page that gives them some really important information. Like you may even, your client might have a good video that they've some people have TV commercials that they've shot that they put on YouTube or that they have on their website or something. You might say, thank you, we've received your information. Very important, click below for a special message to you from the company owner. And then they click it and it goes to a website and it's, hey, thank you so much for sending in your information. I just want to let you know how grateful I am that you are, trusting us to talk to you about your roof. I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is blah, blah, blah. Either myself or one of my trusted reps are going to be contacting you within 24 hours. We can't wait to help you out. Just something even just like that is extremely, it's like a big warm hug to the person who sent that information in, and it really sets you apart from the other people who might be advertising in that area.
Yeah, definitely. I think this could really help with the lead quality. Thank you very much for this suggestion, Megan.
Yeah, no problem. I think you did a really good setting up. I think you did a really good job setting up the campaign. I like the way the ads look. They look like ads, but I think that's fine. If you wanted to test some other images, you might test an image of a home with nothing written on it, so it doesn't look like an ad at all, and just see how that.
I bunch of them before, so you see that I have several of a campaign that was running, but. Sometimes it was not working as I expected.
Yeah.
So that's why I launched this. This is work out a little bit, so I keep it. That's why.
Fantastic. Listen, I mean, at the end of the day, my recommendations for what to do are only recommendations so insofar as they work for you. And obviously, at the end of the day, what ends up working well for you is what you should double down on and go all in on. And then what you can do is, you know, if the service area where you're advertising responds better to a certain type of lead or ad or instant form or something like that, then do that. But then try to just build on it a little bit here and there whenever you can. Like, for instance, adding in the next step after they've completed that form. And then if video, you know, if you've noticed video works really well, maybe you should get together 2, 3, 4 additional video options and test all of those videos against one another as well.
I think that the client can make this because they have, I think, a drone, so they can, for example, film a really good quality video, and I can use them.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you so much for that. I have some other questions, if you don't mind, Michael.
Yes, let's talk. Will these questions require looking at your screen, or can I end the screen sharing?
No, you can end the screen sharing.
Yeah, let's talk. What's up?
Just with sometimes, for example, the campaign works for a while, and after a while that stop, for example, provide enough leads. What do you do in this scenario?
Yeah, so the question is, sometimes a campaign will work really well. It'll generate leads for a good price. The CPMs are good. Everything seems to be perfect. And then all of a sudden, it'll stop producing leads for a few days or even a week. And you're wondering what to do when that happens.
No.
That's a great question. So the bottom line is Facebook often, or I should say Facebook always wants to make sure that its users are having a good experience using the platform. They also want to make sure all of their advertisers are getting at least enough results to keep them advertising. Okay. So if in your service area for your client, Facebook feels as though the individuals in that service area are seeing the ads a lot and they've given you a bunch of leads, enough that you're going to want to continue advertising, but there are other roofing companies or other similar ads that they need to give other advertisers leads for, then there's certainly a chance they're going to distribute your ads in such a way that ends up diminishing or even stopping a lot of the leads that are coming in, so that they can, for lack of better words, spread the wealth to the other advertisers out there. Now, that may be the case, right? So maybe that is something that's going on. So what do you do in that case? Well, you have two options. You can either let it keep running and just, you know, let your client know that there are dry spells here and there.
No.
Or you could relaunch a campaign, either with new creative, you know, in order to, you know, signal to Facebook that they ought to show your ads more efficiently to people once again. However, if you notice that your CPMs have not gone up, but your leads have stopped, if you're using a lead ad like an instant form, you don't have it. There's nothing that could be broken. If you're using landing pages, it's a really good time to go check out the landing page, make sure nothing broke, fill out the form, and make sure it still works. But if you're using an instant form and your CPMs have not shot up or anything, then it may be something else. And I was just thinking about this the other day because we've had tons of rain where I live recently. And as a result, my clients around where I live, because I have a few clients around, like in my own city, have gotten tons of leads. And they've gotten tons of leads because it's raining. And when it rains, people realize they need a new roof. And when it doesn't rain, they sometimes forget. So when it's been a week or even a few days with no leads for your client when they were getting leads before, and your client says, hey, the leads have dried up. Well, ask your client, just out of curiosity, has it not rained for a while? Because the weather, literally the weather, can affect how many leads your client gets. And then as soon as the rain comes again, Your client will start getting leads because people are like, "Hey, I've got water coming in my
Yeah.
house," and they didn't
Yeah.
realize they needed a new roof until it rained. So so it could be the weather. Check the weather in the areas that you're advertising in. If it hasn't rained for a couple weeks, that could really slow
For
things
sure.
down.
Thank you very much for that. And that's so the next question, because I see your latest interview with other people, and I thank you very much for that also. You talked about the off season, and I think it will come soon. And so I'm wondering, because I want to, yeah, to get more clients as soon as possible, and because I want to scale I will say, my business quickly. So I'm wondering if, for example, the off season for offer comes, if I can, for example, I don't know, do kitchen remodeling, bathroom remodeling, and stuff like this, instead to be limited in roofers. What do you think?
Yeah, so you could definitely go into other contracting type of advertising work, like interior remodeling, kitchens and baths. People still do siding in the winter, and basically anything but roofing. I mean, fence contracting, but a lot of interior stuff in the winter for sure. You could also make the case to roofers, and I've talked about this in other videos as well, but you can make the case to roofers that it's actually a really good thing to continue advertising all through the winter. And so if you have a client, let's say they're paying you $1,500 a month to help them advertise for their roofing stuff during the season, you can tell them that, listen, during the off season, I charge half the price, and I recommend you keep your ads running at least half of what you were spending daily before. And the reason is because you can still get leads, and sometimes you can get leads for even better prices because lots of people turn their ads off. And you can schedule things in advance for when the season starts, and you can book yourself out and get a head start when everyone is kind of just sleeping and not running their businesses properly. So plus, it's a lot easier to have your ads work when the season does start if you're not starting from nothing. If you've been jogging all winter, by having your ads run, you're keeping your area warm, they're seeing your content, they're seeing your brand, some are filling out the forms of becoming leads. And then when the season ramps up, you just turn up the ad spend, and that turns up the faucet, and the leads start flowing back in. So that's a really good way to explain it to them so that they still want to continue running their ads and paying you and everything like that, because it's the truth. And then one of the ways to drive that home is say, listen, and at the end of the day, if we leave your ads running and it's not getting you any leads and you don't feel like it's helping you at all during the winter, we can just turn them off. You don't have to decide what you're going to do for the entire off season right now, but it's worth a test, and you're going to help them run that test. You're going to run that test for them.
So in the off season, they stop everything. They don't do any installation or repair or something like
Well,
this.
it depends. I mean, in Quebec in the winter, it's really cold. I think, right? It's really cold. It's not like it is in Florida in the United States where they can roof, all year. It's like in the north. It's like in Michigan where, or Utah. I mean, they're not roofing in 20-degree Fahrenheit weather. They can't. The shingles won't stay. You can't nail them into the roof. The roof won't work. So. But people still need roofs in the winter, right? I mean, they still need help from roofers in the winter, because listen, when snow builds up on someone's roof, and then a day comes that's a little bit above freezing and it starts to melt, Well,
Yeah.
that's a time when people really realize their roof is damaged and they need a roofing contractor. And so a
Yeah.
roofing contractor might not be able to replace a whole roof in the winter, but they will definitely be able to provide some sort of help with regard to repairs that can get people through the winter without damaging the interior of their home, so that when it is time to replace the roof,
Yeah.
because the weather permits, then they'll be able to replace it for them. And what a great way to get a client for a full replacement than being, by being the company that helped them get through the winter without damaging their home. So these are all things you can obviously talk to the roofing contractor about, and they'll be like, you totally understand me. You understand my business. They'll appreciate what you're saying. And because of that, they'll trust you to, and they'll take your advice to continue running your ads or their ads all winter. And then the ads can change as well. That they can go from replace your roof or get an estimate for replacement to, fill this out if you need any help with your roof. And then you can talk about how in the winter, while it's really hard to replace roofs because, and don't trust roofers that say they can replace your roof in freezing cold weather. But while it's not the time to replace them, it is the time when you might notice some roof issues and need our help so that you can protect the interior of your home. We are doing that all winter. We're providing that service to our community. And then, and we'd be more than happy to hear from you and help you out as much as we can. And that's a really good ad to run during the winter.
Yeah, that makes sense completely. I think it will be worth it if we can, for example, just keep one campaign with a small budget. Yeah, to get in touch with people if they need some help, some repair, or some emergency help or something like this. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much for that. And I was wondering because I like making websites with the WordPress, and I'm good at it. So I was wondering the other day if I can, for example, I don't know, give website creation for free for roofer to build trust with them first, and then upsell them with Facebook ads and stuff like this. I don't know. What do you think about this?
Yeah, no, I think that would be a fine thing to offer if that's something that is feasible. One of the most powerful things early on in your SMMA career that you can do that other larger companies can't do is you can offer the things that don't necessarily scale well, right? And this is a really cool thing. Everyone is obsessed with scaling and only doing things that scale. But the magic of just starting is that you can do things that don't scale, that no one else can do, right? So if you can offer a free website that other bigger companies might have to charge for, then that's a really...
Sure. And I can see, for example, I check some websites for roofers in Quebec, for example. They have ugly websites, I would say,
Yeah.
and they can be really better, and I can make them, for example, websites that are worth I don't know 15 and stuff like this.
Yeah.
And it would be really helpful because a lot of them do also Google Ads, and if they don't have an optimized website, they can lose a lot of money.
Yeah, totally. And that's something that if you're going to offer it, one of the things you could do in order to make it even more of a wow factor is you can offer it to people almost as an afterthought. So I don't know if you've ever heard about this this study that was done, this experiment that was done, but at restaurants, they tried to figure out what caused a bigger tip for the waitress. Okay, so what resulted in the biggest tip? When the waitress came to the table and presented the check to the customer. And she, just left the check. She got the smallest tip. When she left the check with a piece of candy, she got a bigger tip.
Yeah.
But when she left the check with a piece of candy and then began to walk away, and then immediately turned around and said, you know what? Here's an extra piece of candy. Don't tell anyone. And then left. She got an even bigger tip than just leaving the candy. But it was the afterthought, right? So, so the lesson there is unexpected gifts, unexpected presents get a huge emotional response from the client. So what you might do is you might say, you might sell your client on Facebook advertising, and then to say, you close the deal, hang up, and then call them right back up 5 minutes later and say, you know what, I was just looking at your website and I'd love to throw in a free website for you. I really want to, work for you for a long time. I know that we can be ridiculously successful together. And while your website is not going to determine how successful your ads are, your ads will be successful regardless of your website because we're using instant forms and whatever. But I also think that having a great website is important just in case someone researches you and blah, 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 and yada, yada. And then you could get them that website. Now, you might, they might say, okay, great, it's free, and then you might say, and it only costs $97 a month for me to host it. And I'll even provide an hour's worth of, website work per month, included in that $97. So now you've got a $97 recurring charge with that client as well, a couple extra bucks in your pocket, and a free website, which really is about $1,000 a year. I don't, minus what you're charging to host it or whatever. So yeah, you could totally do something like that. The unexpected gifts thing is a really powerful moment that you can maybe apply to the website thing you're mentioning.
Yeah, but definitely that makes sense, Mikhail, and thank you very much.
Yeah.
And excuse me for my English because I don't speak that well.
No, you sound great. Are you able?
You're doing? Yeah, sorry.
Are you able to understand me well?
Yeah, for sure. I can understand.
Yeah.
But and continue what you're doing. You are awesome. I think what you're providing for free on YouTube, I think people that make courses or even consultation, they charge for thousands of dollars, but they can't provide as the same value as you, for example, for free. And this is really awesome. And I thank you very much for that.
It's my pleasure. Well, listen, I if you love the free stuff, wait until I do actually finish the paid stuff, because I'm going to be releasing a course that I charge money for, and it's going to just be absolutely amazing for you and whoever else is interested. And I'll just give you a little hint about what it's going to include. Everyone is producing these courses that are thousands of dollars, and the course ends up being very long and hard to get through. And you have to watch dozens and dozens of videos and to piece everything together. And there's videos about so much stuff, and it's like, you just want to get your ads up and running.
Yeah. Just to say that you paid for it, so we make it really, really long to say that it's
to seem like it's worth it. And I think that's silly. I think the best course is the one that you can get value from extremely quickly, and you don't need any filler. You don't need to fill it up with any sort of fluff that isn't actually valuable. So it's going to be something that allows people to do a one-click install of full funnels, copy and paste ads, everything. So, you should be able to get through the course in under an hour or two and have everything set up beautifully. And then other parts of the course will go into some of these frequently asked questions that I'm getting, some of the questions you've asked me today, some recommendations for what to do in the off season, how to talk to your clients, this and that, how to run your business internally. But at the end of the day, well, I should say the most important thing that all of you really want is to be able to get amazing results for your clients. And so that's the meat of the course. And then the rest of it is, important if you want to scale and run your business efficiently and have a good life and not be tearing your hair out trying to figure everything out. So I'm super excited about, to share all of that. But in the meantime, and forever, I'll be sharing so much free content. And so whenever you do have something you want to know, comment on a video, let me know, and I'll make a free video on it. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. But thank you very much, Michael, sorry.
Yeah. And how do I say your name? Brahim?
Brahim, exactly.
Brahim. Got it. All right, man. Well, it's great to meet you. And if you need me, just hit me up online and we'll talk again. Okay.
Yeah, I think you had, I think, a Facebook group, right? Because I was watching.
Yeah. Did you get in there?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
Yeah. Check your email. Did you subscribe to my newsletter?
For sure, yeah.
Okay. So you have a link to the Facebook group in one of those emails. Get in there. I'll approve you and I'll be posting in there shortly. I'm just kind of building up all the members right now.
Good. Let's do it. Thank you very much, Mikhail,
right,
and I appreciate really your time, and yeah, it's really kind of you. Thank you very much.
My pleasure, man. Talk later.
Bye. Take care.